वेलकम टू दिस एपिसोड ऑफ द हरप्रीत सिंह शो। CINI 2018 कॉन्फ्रेंस जो चल रही है उस ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਅਰੁਣ ਚੋਕਲਿੰਗਮ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ। CINI ਦੇ ਇਹ ਸੰਸਥਾਪਕ ਨੇ, ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹਾਈਪਰਟੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕਾਰਡੀਓਲੋਜੀ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਨੇ। ਆਓ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਅਰੁਣ ਚੋਕਲਿੰਗਮ ਦਾ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Harpreet.
Thank you, sir. So first of all, you are one of the organizers of CINI. So what prompted you to think in terms of organizing a conference like CINI?
Well, back in 2005 to 2010, I used to live in Vancouver.
Okay.
I was a professor and the founding director of global health at Simon Fraser University.
Right.
So I had a good opportunity to meet with Dr. Arun Garg, who is a pathologist.
Right.
So one day we were sitting in a coffee shop and we were talking about what can we do for the Indian society.
Right.
So I told him the biggest problem that the Indians or Indian origin face is the heart disease.
Right.
He completely agreed, and he said in Royal Columbian we see a lot of people coming at a very young age with heart disease. I said that's true both in Canada as well as in India and everywhere else where the Indian diaspora is. So if we can do at least a little bit to save them from going through this trouble. So we said, rather than going through the expensive medication and the heart surgery, perhaps we should cultivate and promote lifestyle management.
Right.
He said, that sounds like a good idea, but he said, I am not a cardiologist, I don't know. I told him, I have the connections, we will bring that connection, but you are well connected in Vancouver.
Right.
So we will try and see what we can do. So then we formed the idea as network.
Right.
We said Canada India Network.
Right.
Then CIN doesn't mean anything. Then I said, how would we call a CINI?
Right.
Canada India Network Initiative.
Yeah.
The word CINI sounded very good, and he liked it.
And that's how CINI got established.
That's how the name CINI came.
Wonderful. So Dr. Arun, tell us now, you talked about heart diseases. They are on the rise, and especially the Indo-Canadian population is at a greater risk as compared to the mainstream. This is what the statistics tell us. What are the major reasons for, and what are the precautions which need to be taken?
Indo-Canadians are much higher risk than the white Caucasians, or even the Chinese. So Indians from our South Asian context, we do carry a very high risk. It's partly because we are not following our tradition.
Right.
We are not active anymore. We eat everything that is wrong.
Right.
Many of us who came from India to settle here, our initial goal is to excel.
Right.
And to establish ourselves. So either we work too hard or we indulge too much.
Right.
Especially when you have got a little more affordability, when you can start eating the high fat, high sugar content.
Right.
So we start eating more than what we need. So that means we are not burning calories, we are adding calories, so we become obese.
Right.
And this all lead to increased heart disease.
Right.
So many of us don't even go to a doctor until we get a first chest pain.
Right.
And that is too late. Hypertension or high blood pressure can be detected early.
Right.
Once you detect, you can do something about it. So knowing is half the battle won.
So regular checkups is the
Regular
answer.
checkups is good.
Right.
And
lifestyle changes.
Lifestyle change is absolutely important. And everything that we do in moderation, then we will live longer and healthier. So
but
that
in
is
this fast-paced life, what we are living, there is stress. Always there is some kind of stress which we have.
Right.
Now, it's very difficult to eliminate that stress in which we are living. So what would be your recommendations with your expertise? What do you suggest? How to balance yourself, as you are saying? How to bring that balance in your lifestyle, in your eating habits, in your day-to-day living?
Okay. So the mantra is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's an energy balance, right?
Right.
What you consume, you should burn out.
Right.
So the recommended energy level is about say 1200
Right.
calories one should eat, and you should spend that 1200 calories
Mhm.
out, either by physical walking or when you go into a building, don't take the elevator,
Right.
go a few steps. If it's about say 20 floors, I'm not recommending you to do that
Right.
because you will be short of time.
Mm-hmm.
At least for 5 floors, you can climb up and then take the elevator.
Right.
And when you're coming down, you could come down most part of it.
So basically, whenever you get an opportunity,
Correct.
use some physical activity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that will make you to spend your energy.
Right.
And when we are going and parking our car, we always look for the closest spot
Right.
to the place. So make an effort to park at least a few feet away,
Right.
park it comfortably, and then
Mhm.
walk back. I know in a very difficult situation like snowing and cold weather, you like to have the shelter as closely as possible,
Right.
but try and find a medium spot so that you can still spend some energy.
Mental illnesses are on the rise,
On the
and everyone is virtually affected by tension and is under some kind of stress, and hypertension is on the rise. So, how to face this challenge?
It's a very good question, and mental health and the hypertension, many of these things we brought upon ourselves, and we should eliminate it our own self.
Mhm.
So perhaps a little bit of yoga, a little bit of meditation, and eating things right, and taking only limited amount of salt and limited amount of sugar, and eating much more fruits and vegetables,
Mhm.
and reducing the meat. I'm not saying don't eat meat, reduce the amount of meat. So these are all a combination, not only one thing. You need many of them.
What about sugar? That's, as being said, is a silent killer.
Yes.
So, sugar, how is it impacting us? Should we absolutely eliminate sugar from our diet, or in balance we can have it?
Sugar and salt are both acquired taste.
Mhm.
So if you give up sugar for a week as an experiment, if you eliminate sugar
Mhm.
in most of what you eat,
Right.
then a week later you go and taste a real sweet, your taste buds will tell you, oh my God, I can't take this much sweet.
Right.
So it's all mental.
Mhm.
It's all we think,
Right.
where the craving is coming from.
Mhm.
So best is to experiment for a week with low sugar and low salt.
Right.
Then your system will get acquainted with it.
Mhm. So basically, changing your lifestyle is the answer to all these issues, whether it is a heart problem or mental tension, what you are having. So regulating your diet and living a balanced lifestyle, that is your answer to all these issues.
It's absolutely.
It was a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you
It's,
very much for your time.
It's more or less you take everything in moderation
Right.
and spend your energy.
Right.
So that's how the CINI started,
Right.
and CINI is trying to do more in the community.
Absolutely. And
And-
congratulations to you for the success of this event also.
All
Thank
right.
you for being here. Thanks a lot.
And we are happy that the community is taking that.
Great. Thank you.